what has happened here with Nancy Pelosi. This tape that has come out that has just completely indicted her. This leaked confession tape is starting a dialogue that is just amazing. She has cleared Trump of everything they've accused him of. President Trump has been saying the same thing for 3.5 years. Nancy Pelosi and the media and the Democrats and the Uniparty and the Never Trumpers have been lying and calling him a liar. And now this Nancy Pelosi lost leaked tape comes out, and President Trump is completely cleared. And the thing about this tape that makes it one of the major things that makes it so good and so important is that this tape was made by Nancy Pelosi's own daughter, right? Because Nancy Pelosi had her daughter's film crew with her on January 6th, recording everything, just coincidentally, by the way. Coincidentally. So the authenticity of the film is coming from Nancy Pelosi's own daughter, right? So it's not one of those things they could say, oh, this is some Fox News thing, this is some, a Breitbart thing. This is directly from the Pelosi family themselves. And this tape, which, I mean, I'm in shock when this came out yesterday. I'm very curious as to how it came out, how this tape came to be public. And then Nancy, she goes on Nicole Wallace on MSNBC and makes things worse. Welcome. If you're new to my channel, my name is Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. And this, the last, let's see here, we got Friday. Well, it's really been since the verdict, but just since Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, now we're on Tuesday, the last 4 or 5 days have just been the best possible days for President Trump. I mean, it's just been non-stop good news for Trump, really, since this corrupt verdict. But since Friday, it's been amazing. We had the corrupt jury story, right? Then in Vegas, President Trump promises to end taxes on tips. And now this Pelosi J6 admission. Now, here's the original tape. Now, remember, this was made by Pelosi's own daughter.
We have responsibility, Terry. We did not have any accountability for what was going on there, and we should have. This is ridiculous. You're going to ask me in the middle of the thing when they've already breached the inaugural stuff that should we call the Capitol Police? I mean, the National Guard? Why weren't the National Guard there to begin with?
They thought that they had sufficient resources.
There's not a question of how they had been. They don't know. They clearly didn't know, and I take responsibility for not having them just prepare for more.
Okay, a lot of people say she sounds intoxicated, and I get it because she's obviously intoxicated quite a bit. But in this footage, Pelosi, she's wearing a mask. She's talking through the mask, and she's also, obviously, her dentures are slipping. So I think she is incredibly sober at this moment. It's the mask and the dentures. And at the end, what she says there is she takes responsibility for not having the National Guard there. President Trump has said that he offered the National Guard repeatedly. It was denied. He did it verbally. So they've said he's a liar. There's been no record to prove that he verbally offered it. And now here we have Nancy Pelosi taking full responsibility, which vindicates 3.5 years of their attacks on Trump. Trump is completely cleared, and she's admitting that she turned down the National Guard around the Capitol. It's astounding. This is beautiful. Make sure you subscribe, those of you that are new to my channel. So yeah, so then she's in a total panic, Pelosi. The Uniparty's in a panic. The fake news media are in a panic. So what do? Pelosi goes on Nicole Wallace's show on MSNBC and tries to set the record straight. Okay, so let's listen to this. This is, I've not listened to this yet, okay? I'm doing a little bit of show prep for the next stream at 6.
Why do you think this is stirred up and a brouhaha on the right and in some corners of the media today?
And you can hear Nicole Wallace, who's a Republican, by the way, on MSNBC, right? One of these MSNBC fake Republicans. She used to work for John McCain. And Nicole Wallace was probably the leak for all those slanders about the great Sarah Palin when Palin was running with John McCain. But notice right out the box, Nicole Wallace on MSNBC is trying to make it sound like it's no big deal. What's all the brouhaha about? Like she's downplaying it.
Why do you think this is stirred up and a brouhaha on the right and in some corners of the media today?
Well, because of the fact is that the President of the United States, the former president, and his toadies do not want to face the facts. They're
that's you and me. We're toadies. We're Trump's toadies.
Trying to do revisionist history on January 6th. But we cannot let us be dragged into their, again, false impression of what happened that day. They know what happened that day.
Yeah.
They know how serious it is and was and continues to have an impact on our country. And yet they want to call the people who were in there hostages. Last night I received the Lincoln Award. I was so proud of receiving.
No, here Pelosi is talking about everything other than her admission in that tape during the event that she takes responsibility. She's talking about this the Lincoln Award she got last night. She's talking about this. She's talking about that.
Receiving that. And I said in my remarks, Lincoln built the dome on the Capitol. He insisted that it be built during the Civil War so that it could show the resilience of America. And to see these people coming through the Capitol with their foul deeds and foul actions, waving Confederate flags and Nazi flags under Lincoln's dome was so shameful. And yet this president who incited, this former president who incited this insurrection would not send the national...
Now notice this. Now she's still not talking about her tape. But you notice this is something that started a few weeks ago with the Never Trumpers, right? Let me go back because she said something here. She said, listen.
And yet this president who incited...
Okay, incited.
With their foul deeds and foul actions, waving Confederate flags and Nazi flags under Lincoln's dome was so shameful. And yet this president who incited, this former president who incited this insurrection...
See, the incited isn't organized or led. They've been slowly changing the dialogue to try to get out of what they said. They didn't say that he organized it or led. That's what they used to say. So they're changing what they've been saying for 3.5 years.
Would not send the National Guard for hours. People were harmed, people were killed, but died one way or another. And what did he do but try to deny that any of it happened? This is a terrible thing, but let us not take away the attention of what we need to do to go forward. We have to unify our country. We have to bring people together in a way that honors the vision of our founders, the sacrifice of our men and women in uniform, as well as the aspirations of our children. I just came back from D-Day in Normandy to see our veterans there.
She just came back from D-Day? What is she? She's got a time machine?
It was the 80th anniversary of it. Some of the youngest of them were 97, some over 100. They fought for our freedom, and yet you see how it is being denigrated by the former president and his Republican toadies.
The Republicans were his toadies. No, she did not once address the film that her daughter took of her where she says she's responsible. She did not mention it once. And of course, Nicole Wallace didn't pressure her. So that's to me, that's another confession. That's just a total diversion. She should not have done that interview. She made it worse. She made it worse. How do you think this tape came to be public? This was taken by Nancy Pelosi's own daughter. Something happened here that led to this becoming public. And she just came back from D-Day. That's correct. Yes. Yeah, she was in her high heels and everything. Just came back from D-Day. If you're new to my channel, my name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure that you subscribe. You know, she is in a panic right now because, you know, she's on her way to retirement. And like many of these people that are tyrants, because she's a definite tyrant. She's a very evil person, Nancy Pelosi. And they burn a lot of bridges. And people that are even in their own party that you think are friends with them hate them. And she's no longer speaker. She's heading towards retirement. And people start to lose their fear of tyrants when they get close to retirement. So she doesn't have the support she used to have because she's been screwing people over for years, Democrats even, and they're not covering for her the way that they used to. So somebody put this out to screw her over would be my guess. It would, yeah. It's too much of an admission for this to be anything other than deliberate. And since it was recorded by her own daughter, you can't discredit the video because her own daughter recorded the video. Oh man, President Trump must have been high-fiving when that came out yesterday. He must have been like, I told you, I've been telling you guys. You know, that's why President Trump is always so calm, cool, and collected during these incredibly stressful times that would just destroy the rest of us. The rest of us wouldn't be able to function with these kind of things going on. And he's able to, he's always calm, cool, and collected under whatever they bring up against him. Yeah, exactly. Trump owns a time machine. He must own a time machine. How could he have navigated all of these enormous issues so precisely? It's like he knew exactly how everything would play. Because he is a genius. President Trump is a complete genius. You know, that's just the way of it. A 1,000%, just a complete genius. It's amazing how he just... He's like Keanu Reeves at the end of The Matrix. You know, when Keanu Reeves is just like effortless for him. That's what it's like. Where is everyone located at this early hour of the morning? It's 3:26 a.m. here in Florida, where I'm located. It's already hot and humid. I'm sweating here on my back porch. And the birds are up early. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, expect a high of 86 degrees.
Well, it's going to be cool today. It's 81 right now. Today, only a high of 86. Probably going to get some rain. Let's see. Alexa, is it going to rain today?
It might rain today. There's a 51% chance.
Yeah, that's why high of 86. It's going to rain.
You expect about 1.49 inches.
Good. Oregon, Sacramento, California, North Carolina, Washington. Well, welcome everyone. Oh, this is devastating for Pelosi. This is not how she wants to spend her retirement. This is, you know, it's so amazing how every step of the way President Trump is cleared again and again and again. No matter what they do, no matter what they bring up to him, no matter what they accuse him of, no matter what they charge him with, in the end, he is always cleared. You always find out that he did nothing wrong. In fact, the opposite is true. He may have tried to prevent wrongdoing. And it just goes on and on and on. You know, the Democrats are out there trying to Celebration Florida at work. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Celebration. The town that Disney built, Celebration. Adam the Woo lives in Celebration, Florida. They're trying to pack the Supreme Court, you know, and they were going after Clarence Thomas, accusing him of taking bribes, which fell flat. And now they're going after Alito, and I'm looking at the Drudge Report this morning, and they have a story on Drudge. Alito caught on secret recording, no compromising. Agrees U.S. should return to a place of godliness. They act like so. So they have this audio of Alito, and they think it makes him look bad. Let's listen to it.
My name's Lauren. I met you last year. I think you already met.
It's too long. I'm not going to play that whole thing. Let me see here. The secret audio. I'll just read the article about it because the audio quality is not that great. The secret audio recording of conservative Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito, captured by liberal journalist Lauren Windsor, is a giant nothing burger. This is in the Gateway Pundit. It's all hands on deck to force Alito to recuse himself from Trump's immunity case and the J6 cases currently awaiting rulings from the Supreme Court. See, they know that they're going to lose all these cases, so they're trying to get Alito to recuse himself. Alito recently told Democrat senators that he would not recuse from the cases after it was revealed his wife flew a upside-down flag. The left is trying to make an upside-down flag a thing. You know, upside-down flag is a symbol of distress. According to Alito, the flag was a reaction to F Trump yard signs posted by neighbors and verbal attacks towards his wife rather than a political statement. Because the Alito neighbors are liberal Washington Democrats and harassing them. So it had nothing to do with Trump. It was a message to the neighbors. I had no involvement whatsoever in the flying of the flag, Alito said. It was briefly placed by Mrs. Alito in response to a neighbor's use of objectionable and personally insulting language on yard signs. So his liberal neighbors have yard signs attacking him personally. Alito's nasty leftist neighbor also called his wife Martha the C word. Oh my goodness. His neighbor called his wife the C word. The left has been putting pressure on Alito to recuse himself from high-profile Trump cases, but he refuses to cave. Liberal reporter Lauren Windsor secretly recorded Justice Alito at the Supreme Court Historical Society's annual dinner June 3rd. I don't know that we can negotiate with the left in the way that needs to happen for the polarization to end, Lauren Windsor said to Alito at the event. I think that it's a matter of, winning. I think you're probably right, Alito replied. On one side or the other is going to win. I don't know. I mean, there can be a way of working, a way of living together peacefully, but it's difficult, because there are differences on fundamental things that can't be compromised. They really can't be compromised. So it's like you are going to split the difference. The left claims this recording is proof Justice Alito isn't a neutral umpire, but in reality his comments are total nothing burger. Absolutely. Absolutely. They're harassing his wife. They're harassing him, his liberal neighbors. That's good news because, what's happened here is the Democrats have gotten word from the Democrat clerks that work for other justices that all these rulings, including the immunity ruling, are going to come out in Trump's favor. So, so that is a big nothing, but it's a good thing to know. It's good to know that the Supreme Court rulings are going to come in our favor. President Trump, he did such a great, perfect job in his Supreme Court picks. So many Republicans, they appoint Supreme Court justices, and then they get there, and then all of a sudden they become like liberals, right? And the Trump justices, they're great constitutionalists. They do what you're supposed to do on the Supreme Court. They follow the Constitution, which is what you want federal judges and justices to do. Liberals want activists up there, liberal activist. Now, if you would like to support my content, best way to do that is, well, there's many ways. You become a Patreon supporter. You can go to My Pillow and use my promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, and load up on some great My Pillow products. You know, right now at mypillow.com, the $25 extravaganza sale is continuing with my promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. Some of the top My Pillow products are just $25 with my promo code Kane, including the towels, some of the pillows, and many of the other most popular products. And the My Pillow mattress topper, which is what I sleep. That's why I get like 3-4 hours sleep, and here I am, totally well rested and energized at 3:34 in the morning right now, and I still have to go to work and do a 3-hour broadcast. Because that 3-4 hours sleep I get is well rested sleep with the My Pillow mattress topper, which is depending on which one you get, it's either 40 or 50% off. The 2-inch mattress topper, which I have on my guest bed, it's spectacular, is 50% off. The My Pillow mattress topper 2.0, which is a 3-inch mattress topper with a temperature regulating technology, that's what I have on my marital bed. That's 40% off. And it's free shipping as well, because it's free shipping site-wide on orders over $75 with my promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. And the mattress topper, all of the mattress toppers come with a money-back guarantee. Isn't that something? Money-back guarantee, free shipping, and either 50 or 40% off, depending on which one you get. Pretty good deal with my promo code Kane at checkout, Kane at mypillow.com. And, of course, the great patriot Mike Lindell, who had another $5 million judgment put against him by a judge. They've been trying to shut him down like Trump. So every time you go to mypillow.com and use my promo code Kane, you're supporting the great American patriot Mike Lindell, but you're also supporting my channel, the radio show, my podcast, and all of my content. It's greatly appreciated. Promo code Kane, Kane, at checkout at mypillow.com. And thank you. I got all those My Pillow products, and I bought them all. Oh, boy. So, yeah, everything has been going perfectly for President Trump. Things could not be going better. On the next stream at 6, I'll be taking live calls. There's some new polls out that I'm going to cover. I'm going to go over these stories that I went over really early with you guys just now. The Pelosi story is what I'm going to lead with. I already have the live stream set up for the next one this morning, and what did I do for the thumbnail? It's Pelosi J6 confession, and it's Pelosi on the cell phone in that thumbnail, so you can watch that. But so I'm going to get in. I'll get deeper into the Pelosi confession, and take calls. Oh yes.
She no
Let me see. What was the other? Now, this was an amazing thing out of this Hunter Biden jury. They're out. They started deliberations yesterday, so they could come back with a verdict today. And really, as MAGA people, what we want is an acquittal of Hunter Biden to show the unfairness in this legal system. But it's very possible, Biden has done nothing but exploit Hunter Biden. He's a terrible father. He just exploits his son year after year. That's why his son hates him so much and leaves laptops with all this incriminating stuff on it out in computer repair shops to be discovered by Rudy Giuliani. But it's quite possible that, and you can, this theory that I'm about to suggest is a possibility, and I'd like to hear you guys let me know in the chat, yes or no. Do you think this is a possibility? Since Biden has the ability to pardon federal crimes until Trump is inaugurated in January, do you think it's possible that Biden has sent word down to convict his son to try to show that the justice system is fair? To try to give legitimacy to the lawfare against President Trump, that Biden sent word down to convict his son to make the justice system look fair, to give credibility to the lawfare, knowing he's just going to pardon him, is Joe Biden that twisted to do something like that? What do you think? Yes or no? Is that at all a possibility to you? Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I mean, look at how he's taking. You've got a child who's an addict like he is, and the worst thing you would give anybody that's an addict is money, and he gives Hunter unlimited money by the millions of dollars. Who knows what the jury? You can never predict these juries, But I could see Biden at least thinking about doing something so lowlife to his son. His son's just a tool for him. He's the car wash in Breaking Bad. Yeah, he's pretty twisted. We'll find out. That verdict could very well come back today. It could be not guilty, which is really what we want because he's clearly guilty. I mean, he's clearly guilty, Hunter. That's right. That's right. And make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel. If you're new, you'll love my channel. I promise you. This is where MAGA comes to talk. But London Roberts, she is the... let me see if this is long enough. Let me see here. Well, the audio clip is too long, so I'll just read this to you. But London Roberts is the very beautiful baby mama of Hunter, okay? And she was on with Megyn Kelly yesterday and just gave a bizarre, shocking admission. Listen to this. She's got a book out of the Shadows, and what she told Megyn Kelly was insane. Let me see if this will work if I play this. Hold on. I'm not sure how long this is.
With your cell phones.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, London, again, this is the mother of one of Hunter's children, the one that the Bidens won't acknowledge. And she talks about what happened with her cell phones when she found out she was pregnant with Hunter Biden's baby.
Tell us what happened with your cell phones the night you found out you were pregnant.
I had 2 cell phones, which is also, I still do to this day, but I had 2 cell phones at the time because my Arkansas phone had a cellular data that didn't pick up at the place that I was living in DC. So I got a different, I got Sprint and AT&T to even out the data and everyone could reach me. But that night, they both at the same time crashed. And in front of me and my friends.
Wow.
And what did the screens look like when they were crashing?
You know how they'll go like black with those like lines and stuff across them, the green and purplish looking lines.
It looks like a total meltdown.
Correct.
A total meltdown. So, and the next day you go and get a new phone, right? And you are able to like link it up with your cloud. And what do you discover?
Yes. A lot of stuff is gone from my iCloud had it not been backed up or whatever, but just about everything with Hunter was gone.
So what do you think happened there?
Deep state, that's what happened.
That is still up in the air. That's something that I can't explain. I don't know exactly what happened.
Do you think, given that, he was at that point the son of the former vice president, there were government forces trying...
Now, keep in mind, when Biden was not in office, during Trump's first term when he was out of office, the head of Biden had a private security detail. Some of it was made up of former Secret Service. One of the guys, this was in Laptop from Hell, we learned about this. The head of Biden's private security detail was the former director of the Secret Service. So he had some big wigs running his private security.
To protect him potentially here?
You always wonder that because especially like hearing all these conspiracies about things and how they happen, and especially with politics.
Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt There's no doubt. I mean, they got into her phones. It happened to both phones at the same time. That's insanity. So they, this guy Biden is dirty. He is the dirtiest man to ever be president of the United States. I mean, and I know George W. Bush is pretty bad. He's a war criminal. I don't want to take away from the war crimes of George W. Bush, but this guy Biden is just deep into it, up to his eyeballs. It doesn't get worse. It's than this. I mean, it's really just beyond description how evil he is, and his kids are just so spoiled and out of control. I mean, they're running around like wild people, and you see Trump's kids. They're perfect. They're perfect, and they're rich and famous too, and they act like normal people. And it is a national embarrassment that someone so corrupt, someone so criminal, someone so scummy is president of the United States. There's no doubt about it. It's a national embarrassment. Yeah, it really is. It's a disgrace, isn't it? And when you're watching that interview that Megyn Kelly did with London, the baby mama of Hunter, I think she sounds incredibly credible with the way she told the story, don't you guys? I mean, so she must have called Hunter, said she was pregnant, and then he called Dad, and Dad, boom, got into the phone. They needed to know everything. They had to get control of the situation. What is it about this guy, Joe, that has him so hooked up? Oh, yeah, I believe her. Absolutely. The amount of news that is broken in the last 4 or 5 days all of it has cleared Trump and indicted Biden. All of it, from the Pelosi thing, the corrupt juror in New York, this, and the media. They just the media they've ignored the jury story. That's like disappeared already. But there's so many scandals in the air the last few days. It's hard, it's hard to balance them all. It's hard to juggle all the bouncing balls. And there's so many going on. You can't just focus on one. I've never seen so much scandalous news break so much in such a short period of time. It's just, I've never seen anything like this, and we're not done. It's not even really Tuesday yet, because it's only 3:46 in the a.m. here on the East Coast. Yeah, no, Trump is not a convicted felon. I must tell you, he is not a convicted felon. I'm sorry to tell you. The scandals, the corrupt juror in the Trump case, that's a scandal. This one I just played with the ex-stripper that is the mother to Hunter's child, that the Bidens won't acknowledge, talking about what happened to her phones when she told Hunter she was pregnant. Nancy Pelosi's confession that Trump offered the National Guard and she's responsible for turning it down. And these are just over the last couple of days. I mean, it's huge. Huge. And of course Trump has committed no crimes. He's a complete political prisoner. He's being oppressed, and we're living in a banana republic, no doubt about it. This country is 100% right now a banana republic. But this thing was talking about with Alito. The Supreme Court ruling, obviously the Supreme Court's going to rule in Trump's favor on the immunity cases. So the immunity case, which means all these lawfare trials will evaporate. He's going to be totally exonerated in all of them by the Supreme Court ruling. I hope it comes out soon. Because that's going to be a big one. See, that's why they're going after Alito. When they put together these opinions, they're like books. They take weeks and months to write these opinions, and you got all these different justices, and of course the Democrat justices are dragging their feet on it, and their liberal clerks have leaked the story that the court ruling is going to be in favor of presidential immunity. So all these lawfare cases are going to disappear. So they're trying to get Alito out of the mix to upset the balance of the court. You know. Well, Trump has united the country. The never Trumpers are a small minority. I mean, look at Trump's popularity. You know, I mean, the new polls that are out are amazing. I had a poll. I got so much. I got all my show prep for this morning. Let me see if I can find this poll I was looking at. Doing my show prep this morning. Trump's leading in places and gaining on Trump, or Trump's gaining on Biden in places Democrats just have so much historical victory, and he's doing well. And look at this. Okay, give you an example. Okay. New poll finds Trump within striking distance of Biden in Minnesota. Minnesota is where Walter Mondale is from. Okay, Minnesota is one of the most reliable blue states in the union. You know, and here you have Trump catching up to Biden in the latest polls in Minnesota. That shows Trump has united this country. That's one of the reasons they hate him. I mean, that's obvious. Yeah. Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. You know, when on my next stream, which will be in about 2 hours and 10 minutes, I'll be in the studio taking live calls, and you can call me on that stream. This is the pre-show. You guys are getting my show prep early here because I got up early and did my show prep. I couldn't wait to get up today and do show prep. I really couldn't, because there's just so much exciting news going on. So this is the early show preview of what I'm going to get into deeper on the next stream and taking calls on. But I got a lot of other stories too, but the ones I've covered so far, those are the main ones. You know, yeah, when the Supreme Court comes back and says that presidents have immunity from prosecution, all these fake cases, documents, the DCJ6 case, the New York, all these cases evaporate. They're all over, right on the spot. Boom. Boom. That's it. And the lawfare will be over. Now, that's not going to stop them. The media and the Democrats will call Trump a convicted felon for the rest of his life and beyond. Okay, the history books are going to call him a convicted felon. But when convictions are tossed, well, I'm not taking calls now. When I'm in the studio on my next stream, I'll be taking calls, and that stream is already set up. It's got Nancy Pelosi on her cell phone confessing in the thumbnail, and the live call-in number is pinned to the top of that chat, so you can get it there. But they're going to call him a convicted felon forever. But when appeals courts or the Supreme Court toss out convictions, you're not a convicted felon. You're not. Because they're ruling that the lower court judgment was not valid. So when the Supreme Court rules in Trump's favor, which they obviously are, that's why they're working so hard against Alito, Trump will not be a convicted felon, but they'll still call him that. You know, they'll call him that. Let them expose themselves, and the Supreme Court's the law of the land, according to liberals. When it rules in their favor, when it doesn't, it's corrupt. It's bias. It's only non-bias and fair when it rules in the Democrats' wish list ruling. Oh man, these are exciting times, and we're living through history. You know, we are living through maybe one of the most historic times in the last 100 years or more politically. You know, obviously we have wars and things. I'm not talking about things like that, but you know, when it comes to politics, we're living in probably one of the most historical, if not the most historically significant portion in all of American history when it comes to politics, or at least presidential politics, because no president or presidential candidate has gone through what Trump has gone through. You know, and this month is the Biden-Trump debate on CNN. And that is historic to this debate is something no one has ever seen. We are going to have a debate between two presidents. This has not happened. So, we're going to see it. It's historic. It's probably one of the reasons Trump is doing it, because he understands the historical significance. When a president's running, they don't usually run against another president, right? They're running against a governor, a senator, or something. Two presidents, Let me look up something here. Let me see. I'm trying to find out. Grover Cleveland was, he had 2 terms that weren't consecutive. I don't know. Did he have a debate? Who was president between Grover Cleveland's 2 terms? Let's see. Who was the 23rd? Because Cleveland was the 22nd and 24th. So who was the 23rd president? Benjamin Harrison. Okay. So did Grover Cleveland debate Benjamin Harrison? Let's see. I'm not sure if they debated in that second race or not. I don't see anything about it. So if anybody knows, let me know. And if you could, if they did, send me a link about it. But I don't see anything about them debating in the second. No. But so this is the first debate, to my knowledge, between 2 presidents. Never happened before. Never happened before that I know of. At 2 a.m. Yeah, I get deliveries from Amazon too, like at 3, 4 in the morning. Oh, what Trump did? Trump overturned Roe v. Wade. That's huge. He got Mexico to pay for the wall by renegotiating NAFTA, which was amazing. He renegotiated the trade deals between the United States and the country. You don't want the government passing too many laws. Every time they pass a bill, you lose a freedom. But the most significant legislation that Trump passed, that come at the top, on the top of my head, there may be others, but was the tax cuts. Largest tax cuts ever. Huge. That was a bill. So that's pretty massive. Great accomplishment. But you don't want the government to pass bills. You don't want them to pass law. Whenever the Congress is in session, remember Rush used to say this, you're losing your rights. You call all the presidents Mr. President. Everybody does. It's only Trump that they emphasize the former, right? It's always President Obama, President Clinton, President Carter, President Bush. It's only with Trump do they emphasize the former, Or I should say overemphasize the former. They always have the title of president. You always call them Mr. President. Always. If I met Obama, I'd call him Mr. President, just out of respect for the office. Not that I respect him. But liberals, they are classless. Very classless, especially at early hours of the morning, right? Now, make sure you're subscribed if you're new to my channel. My name is Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. This channel is the most pro-Donald Trump MAGA place you'll find anywhere, not just on YouTube, anywhere. No one loves Trump more than me. That's true. That's very true. All right, guys, I got to finish getting ready for work. The next stream is already set up, so the chat's there. You guys can jump in that chat if you want and start chatting already, but I'll see you in 2 hours on the next stream taking calls. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.